Tony Khan might not believe in good wrestling, but it certainly looks like he believes in Santa Claus and possibly even American sports as he gets the biggest present he's had in a very, very long time. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. The collision numbers are in for Saturday, December 21st. It was 4 days before Christmas, but it may as well have been Christmas Day for Tony Khan because Santa Claus has delivered. The AEW collision number has delivered, and it's thanks to a touchdown pass from college football. Now, we know in the past that AEW's had its best rating for collision, or at least the best opening quarter when they had the run-in from basketball, from the NBA, college basketball. Now they've had a helping hand, they've had a big pass from college football, and that is the reason for this big rating. 635,000 viewers overall watched AEW Collision. There was the Clemson versus Texas college football playoff game, which led in to Collision. Don't have the numbers for that yet. We will find out when it comes to the quarters. However, due to the number that Collision did overall, it's the third highest ever Collision number. That would lead me to suggest that millions, possibly people, were still watching that when Collision came on, and I think we could be looking at the highest Collision opening quarter of all time, probably even breaking the 2 million barrier.
I'm very intrigued for the quarters, but this is the ratings. Tony Khan got one good present under his tree. I've got a feeling when the Dynamite rating comes out later on today or possibly tomorrow, it's going to be a present filled with shite because it's not going to be good on Christmas Day. But as we said, when they've always got a lead in, this is always going to be a decent rating. But the problem is, right, it's a false reading. You know Tony Khan is going to be on Twitter bigging this up. Oh, look at what we did. Look at we 158% increase. Oh, yeah. Dave Meltzer's going to be in there, man. Oh, this is some good college ball, damn it. And JR will probably be screaming about college ball. But the reality, this is papered over the cracks, man. Good rating, but it's nothing to do with what they did.
Well, I mean, Dynamite, they won't have the lead in directly, but I do believe that the football on Christmas Day will be finished before Dynamite begins, so they won't be. I don't think they'll get the benefit of it, but I don't think they're going to be hampered by the football either. Although I think they will be hampered by people just having a life and having family over and not watching wrestling. But here, 635,000. It's a great number. It is the third highest collision number of all time. There's no doubt about that. However, you'd be kidding yourself if you believed that this was a genuine number and not a number that has been, highly fixated with, thanks to the fact there was something else on before it. So look, we'll have to wait and see. We can't say what the quarter one is yet, but I am predicting about 2 million, probably. If not 2 million, it will be very, very close to it in order for Collision to maintain that kind of number. But anyway, what did we get last week? Last week we got 246,000. So it is a 158% increase. That is mental. 158% increase. So 246 last week, 635 this week. We're talking almost 400,000 more.
That is insane in itself.
389,000 to be exact.
See, once you're actually doubling what you got the previous week, something crazy's happened at the end of the day. And again, I mean, to 246 to go right up to 635, you knew something like this was going to have to take place. But it's not only the overall rating, it's the 18 to 49. So I wonder if we're going to hear about demigods this week. But 262,000 the trailing weeks for AEW, and it just shows you that they need football to take place every time they're on a Saturday.
I mean, that could be Tony Khan. Why doesn't Tony Khan create his own XFL, and he can just have it come on before Collision and Dynamite? That seems like the perfect fix.
Obviously, football and sport isn't on all year round, but you know what? See a key way to actually improve these ratings. It's where you place it. It's honestly where you place it.
Well, that's why everybody wants to be on after the Super Bowl.
Like, Saturday sucks for ratings, but if you have a Saturday time slot after a sporting event, you will do well.
Yeah, you look at Tracker, that show that they brought out after the Super Bowl. I mean, that set some record-breaking ratings for a TV series, so depends. Sometimes you don't need to be a good show, you just need to be on after a good show, or at least a popular show. In terms of the key demo, though, 18 to 49, it did a 0.20, Last week did a 0.09, so a 122% increase on that. And if you compare the key demo this week over the past 4 trailing weeks, it's up 150%. So absolutely massive gains here for AEW Collision. Now, like we said, in terms of the overall rating, it's the 3rd highest of all time. In terms of the key demo, it's either the 4th or 5th highest key demo of all time, which is still very, very good. I don't think anybody thought that Collision was going to be back at this level despite what's on it. I mean, the last time that they did a higher rating was, there's only 2 times I've done it, but it was the July show in 2023, and then the last time they did a key demo higher was also that July show back in 2023. So, I mean, yeah, that is around the time where Punk left. So this is the best numbers that they've done, both rating and key demo, since CM Punk left. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tony Khan bragging about this.
Yeah, but the reality is, last week was what I think was the lowest non-preemption edition of the show, and that's why if Tony Khan's pretending that this is great, and you know what, see, to be honest, I think he needs to take some form of win. So by all means, Tony, take it. But it's like the true reflections what happened last week, not this week. You can't be going from like, I mean, what did they do last week? They literally did about like what 247 last week. I mean, that's so bad. And then this week they're up to this level. They need that was 246 last week. Sorry, so they need to sort it out. They knew a lot of eyes were going to be in the product this week, right? Just due to this game. And see, when you know that, we've seen them do it a couple of months ago with Strickland. Oh, let's give him the big promo because that's when we know they're all going to be tuning in. That makes sense. I don't think that's a big blunder if we can, but honestly, we actually reacted to the spoilers of this show, and I tell you what, can't remember one thing from it. So did they really do anything that good to engage the audience that they were getting, the new audience?
Yeah, that those millions of people that are coming in for the football game, you want to do something eye-catching to try and, you know, maintain that audience, to try and get them to say, well, here, I need to be watching this. But I mean, knowing Tony Khan, he's probably just stuck out the Beast Mortos in a Continental League Classic match,
which nobody wants to see.
Right, now, in terms of the views on the YouTube channel, first place we had Will Ospreay and Ricochet in an incredible Continental Classic matchup, 303,000 views. Second place, Adam Cole and MJF face off before AEW World End, 239,000. Third place, hatred between Allen and Cascanoli boils over in the Continental Classic, 216,000. Fourth place, Benjamin and Garcia battle to remain a Continental Classic contender, 152,000. Fifth place, Chris Jericho, King of New York, confronts Big Boom AJ and Big Justice, 147,000. I mean, AEW getting really desperate here with the so-called celebrities that they're bringing in.
King of New York.
Sixth place, chaos erupts between Thunder Rosa and the AEW Women's World Champion, 96,000 views. Seventh place, the Vendetta are reintroduced to Tony Storm, 67,000 views. I've no idea who the hell the Vendetta are. And in last place, eighth place, we have Mark Briscoe faces Beast Mortos in a hard-hitting Continental Classic match, 52,000 views. May have been a hard-hitting match according to AEW, but the ratings didn't hit hard, that is for sure. The numbers don't hit hard.
You can put hard-hitting in full caps, man, but how about shite in full caps?
He ain't fooling any of us.
No, the Beast Mortos, what leverage has he got on Can? I feel like we asked this about everybody on the Dynamite shows. And just wrestling in general.
250 wrestlers that need to be released for AEW coming soon.
Coming soon, damn it. But, yeah, I mean, I'm actually surprised by the number of some of these clips. Usually they're way lower. Aren't they?
Yeah, so,
I don't know why that is, though. Usually you've got some down at like 13,000.
Although, I mean, that was on Saturday. I mean, we're talking almost, 5 days ago?
Yeah, and I think due to just Christmas and things, these things have been dragged out a wee bit low, which is fair enough, so I guess you got to factor that in, but...
Maybe Santa Claus was hitting F5 for Tony Khan.
Aye.
On all of his fights.
He was refueling, and he was watching Collision, which is pretty desperate if you ask me, but this is a good present for Tony. I don't think Dynamite will be, though.